Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the end of the week. It is Friday, and we have some more of the Outer Worlds to play. As we continue on with the Viewer's Choice Thank You stream. Hopefully you are all having a good week. For me, it's the start of a 3-day weekend, so we may go a little longer. We may go a little longer than 3 hours tonight because it is the start of a 3-day weekend. And hey, good evening, Johnny, and thank you for the bits. He's not the best Gaslight. He's the only Gaslight. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we are going to continue our playthrough of this dystopian, hyper-capitalist, futuristic Fallout thing. I mean, I am wearing the proper capitalism shirt. I am wearing Mr. Monopoly. Really like this game, but I never finish it. I mean, I am enjoying it so far. I'm definitely enjoying it so far. I know that there are multiple endings. Just because... let me rephrase that. I feel like it has multiple endings because there are two major paths you can go down, depending on a certain choice you make near the beginning. But this will not be a 100% playthrough, so when I reach whatever ending, that will conclude this first playthrough, in which I'll then move on to Resident Evil. But back to this game where we left off. We just arrived at Stellar Bay. We had just arrived at Stellar Bay, and we've, as has become typical, I have to do a bunch of shit for people. So we are, that's right, we finished up at the bar. And what is on my quest roster? Yeah, a bunch. I have to do passion pills. Weapons from the void, that's later. The stainless steel rat. Oh, yes. The secret people. Parvati is the most precious. And she's so goddamn adorable as she's falling in love. And we've got so many quests to do here. So let's start with passion pills. I feel like I have a ways to go for that. So let's begin. We have the good vicar, and we have Parvati alongside me. So let's move.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk. Bet they also
Oh no, we already, yes.
supposedly it makes you more attractive.
She already, I didn't want to kill the sweet old lady. So,
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies. Think they're watching the same serials?
yep.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble.
Oh, here's another side
No
quest.
stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
No.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him
This is
about
actually
the
stuff I never did.
mantisaurs and marauders, the toxic
So I'm going back into lurk mode to
poisonous
avoid
rats.
spoilers. Fair enough, Johnny.
Oh,
Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for the
won't last
bits.
long in a place like this. Please.
And good evening, Sprites and Dice. Yes.
Please, won't you go?
All not my
Find
problem.
boy?
So why would Tucker run away?
He's been pining for an
Hmm?
escape. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up. First chance it gone. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me. He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the Iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Mantiqueen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already. Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting. Like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good.
Oh, so like army recruiters?
How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head. That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty Iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak.
It's a different animal every panic.
Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs, and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
This woman is acting like my mother if we just ramp up the worry factor by like 100.
Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you every last one if you just bring my Tucker back to me. I won't even be mad at him running off. You tell him I won't be mad. Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
All right. So many side quests popping up in this little settlement. So sure, I was leaving here, so let's go. Let's have a look. We will be plenty occupied for a while here, I bet. Ah, nice scenery. Big throbbing planet. Nice, how you doing? Alright, so I'm out of the town. Let's see. How close are you? 480. You're a distance away. You're back in the town. You're 193. You're also back in the town. And then finally the space crime continuum. Also back in town. Okay. So, let me do what I started with first. Let's go with passion pills. First things first.
Ooh, smells smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery.
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
Space Crime Continuum. Yeah, it's a side quest for the Sublight organization on the Groundbreaker. Ah, the Raptidons. I remember you. Alright, well. Oh, there's another one.
That's the last of them.
Very good. Hello, hello, Gaming Death. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Watching me play The Outer Worlds for the very, very first time. First playthrough. How you doing? Continue my hoarding ways because I am a massive hoarder. I miss you too, good sir. I hope you and the missus and the baby are all doing well. I miss all of you terribly.
Oh, good. A fight.
Everyone all right?
All right. Now, can we just take a... We are hopefully we'll all get to party again. I'm looking forward to that day so much. I'm very glad that, okay, so Cascadia, Fallbrook, Amber Heights, Stellar Bay, okay. Next, got my first dose of the COVID shot. It's the Moderna one, and so far feels like a flu shot. Excellent. I know that in New York State, starting on Monday, people with certain underlying health conditions are become eligible for the COVID vaccine. So starting on Monday, I will be eligible for the vaccine because I am immunocompromised. And that is on the list. So starting Monday, I will be able to at least look for try to get an appointment. The phrase that I've heard is that trying to get an appointment for a vaccine in New York State is harder than getting tickets for Hamilton. So, pick up a nice hat. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Stealing from the church, but, it's not like the church is using it right now. Gotta do today. Enjoy Outer Worlds. We love and miss you. You and yours are always on our mind. I love you too, guys. I love you too. Say hi. Say hi to your lovely lady for me. I miss all of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. And good evening, Summer Night. Well, unfortunately, that's my dad's experience. I've been trying for weeks, and the only place around here that does them is book. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope, Summer Night, that with...
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used them.
With, pharmacies about to be added to the distribution. I'm hoping that will make things a bit easier. All right, you need to go. I'm hoping that with pharmacies being added to the distribution network, that will help. That would be really nice. Ooh, hold on. Okay, so before I waltz in there...
Keep him quiet, Cap.
Here we go.
There's that other one. Okay. Where am I? 12 meters. Okay. Ah. Dispensary supply room key. Beautiful. So now I think I can go back into town for that, which will be good. Which means we can shift gears a little bit. Let's... Ah, that's this one. The Mather residence. Oh yes, thank you Streamlabs for reminding me that but yes. I'll have to see if our local CVSs around here are going to be doing the distributing the vaccine, because yeah, I mean, the sooner, like, I talked to my gastro. I said, is the vaccine safe for somebody with Crohn's and who's immunocompromised? And my gastro's like, yes, get it. Okay.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
Thanks.
Excellent. You've arrived at just the right time. My wife is putting the finishing touches on dinner.
Aw.
Please, make yourself at home until it's ready.
So what just updated? Edgar invited you to stay for dinner. Okay. All right.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? Sorry, I'm not real good with, names. It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments,
Uh-oh.
feelings,
Quest updated
but
again.
the details slip.
I felt like that after my dad passed. Walked around in a haze for weeks. I'm sorry you're feeling that way, too.
Other times, it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before? That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
All right. Nope, not going to steal right in front of you.
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell.
I'm getting a total...
Yet the Eternal provides, does it not?
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all means, just make yourself comfortable. Company is always a reason for cheer.
I get I'm getting a distinct, I'm not evil vibe from all of this.
And who could? Stretch out your hand and cosmic divinity reaches back. Open wide your mouth and the universe provides sustenance. That they do. Though it's up to us to make the most of those opportunities, wouldn't you say? Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
You're going to try to feed me some elderberry wine, aren't you? Ooh, I'm short on a lockpick.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies? That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
You look like you need to sleep for about 40 weeks.
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again.
Ah, so they made him into meat pies.
Okay. Maybe I'll see you at dinner.
Perhaps we should skip dinner. My stomach has been a tad unsettled of late.
I mean, you're not wrong that... Oh boy, drugs!
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
Yeah, I haven't stolen anything.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you? The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
All right. Okay. Let's examine. Levi Mather's Poetry Journal. Private, do not read. The sun crests the horizon as round, soft, and warm as the lump of a cysty pig. The day is fresh and alive with possibility. Trees, ever reds, rise from the ground, glistening and triumphant in daylight. They remind me that life can grow here, even here amidst the dust. Sky. Monarch 1 grows large and dark, like a mouth that eats the sky. I try to think of weirds I had to describe it, but something dark swallows them too. And then we have hunger. There is an ache sharp in my stomach. Hurts all the time. Fud makes me sick. Water makes me sick. Always hungry, so I can't think. 4// itchy tasty. Can I steal you? Yes, I can. I guess I was not actually seen. Okay. The rocket candies are making him use Middle English. Where is Chaucer doth tweet when you need him? Gonna save it. Getting a little bad feeling around this. Alright, so I lockpicked that. Really? That was just to come back out here? That seems mildly disappointing. But oh well. Alright. That was rather frustrating. Thank you! A door to the outside costs 3 mag picks. Okay. And we got here, nothing here. We have space turlet. Deck of cards. That is probably where I could have used the lockpicks. Good evening, Ina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh. Actually, did I save it before I used the lockpick? Hold on. Aha! Okay, so now that I know that that door leaves outside, which is just a colossal waste of of 3 mag picks. Let's do this. All right, move by again. Space turlet. Now let's save it here and see what we get. Aha.
I thought I'd seen the worst of humanity before.
I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, there's Braxton. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty well. It's the end of the week. It's the start of a 3-day weekend. Okay. Wow. He was, oh boy. Well, yeah. Okay. Now I predict something is going to happen. So I'm guessing I'm going to be served a leg of Braxton for dinner. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I have concerns too. Why?
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
I have. Ha! Let's see if I can try to get out of this diplomatically.
Of course not. What better end for the day than a meal around the family table? And what more noble purpose for you than to bring us together?
Let's see. I just used lie earlier. Let me see,
Nonsense. What the Eternal provides, we shall gladly accept.
And there you have it. Can't argue with that, can I?
Alright, well. Nope. Really? It's gonna get me on the reload?
One hit, Captain.
Oh. You're down. Again, on the reload.
Won't work. Here goes nothing. No hard feelings, okay?
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale and his eye was odd. He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again. He trod a path that few had trod, did Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street. Wait, I want a lightning hammer. Oh yeah, I gave Pavardi a lightning hammer, and it's so awesome. I've got an acid gun. Parvati has a lightning hammer. Okay. So, apparently human flesh makes some good eating. And the last thing I need to do out here, let's look for little boy Blue. I might have to get this game. Why did I think you already had it? Or at least I thought Wyatt did. But then again, multiple people use the sprites and dice.
I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Multiple people use the sprites and dice handles, so...
Do you suppose anyone remembers anymore?
Anyway. Let's continue exploring. And while we're here, let's see if I can give the Vicar some better weapons. Oh yeah, the sawed-off shotgun is good, but the staff, I need to give you a much better melee weapon. Ooh, yes. Let's give you that. And let's give you better armor. Oh yeah. And what about Pavardi? Yeah, you're wearing light armor. Let's upgrade you. That's 12, 20. Yeah, I don't want to give you heavy ammo, but I will give you that. I'm having a lot of fun, Eric, with this game, so, always gotta have cannibals somewhere in an FP. Yes. Okay. Am I going the wrong way? Yes, I am. I'm heading back to town. I don't want to do that. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I'm going the correct direction now. Hello, Raptidon meat. No, thank you. Is it at the other... No, I'm going the correct way. It's just a hell of a long ways off. Okay. Okay, yeah, I needed to circle back out onto the main road. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, we've got some outlaws. Or marauders, specifically.
Got it. Heads
That's those marauder hooligans again. Oh shit. Oh shit. Who's firing at me and where? Ah. Clonk.
That's the last of them.
Good. All right. Amber Heights. This away. Time is back up to full. Because I don't believe in stealth, you see. Always on the reload. Yeah, I think. Vickers down. And so is Pavardi. Alright, well, it's just me. Oh, I'll fill up on health. Ah. All right. Melee weapons it is. Because you always need to have old reliable. Heavy ammo is definitely at a premium in this game. Okay. Let's find... Oh. We got some more baddies. Ah, these are the Raptidons. Let's just not... Alright. Alright, we're gonna do the Horizon Zero Dawn thing and hide in the grass. You guys are... Clank! Oh, come on, Vicar. Come on, Vicar. Surely you can handle a little poison damage. You spend time in a jail cell, for fuck's sake. Oh, look, a vending machine. And more baddies. We'll just go around you. Because I believe in a thing called brute force. Oh, no, not a frickin' mechanical. I also hate the reload. Alright, we'll do this the old-fashioned way. Come over here and fight like a robot. Don't have a whole lot of ammo to deal with. Ow! I was like, oh, hey, where's everyone? Oh, everyone's dead. Okay. Alright. I don't know why I always do that. Fine, I'll just wear you down, death by 1,000 cuts. Oh, there was a second schmuck? Okay. Alright, where are you, second schmuck? Again, we'll do this all day if we must. I've got 1,000 bullets to spare. You're out. Now, one more. One more of you pricks. Alright. Come back, you two. Thank you. How was that so hard? I'm getting close. I'm getting close to where I need to go. Ooh, yes, please. I'll take the heavy ammo. Oops. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, this time I know I have mechanicals. Can I go around? Seems like there's a possible way to avoid all of those as we walk through some very phallic looking plants. Less than 100 meters. Amber Heights. Here we are, and yes. 3,000 experience points. I am close to a level up. And then after this, we have a bunch of side quests to resolve.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his Philosophous Truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it.
Did I find the Jehovah's Witnesses of the game?
Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems. Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep. That's a nice way to think about it. Graham would be our father. I suppose Zora might make a good mother if the two of them could stop arguing. You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like examples. We all ought to be more like them.
Oh, this.
Why, he's our founder. Graham taught us about philosophism. Through him, we came to the eternal truth.
You're not going to eat me, are you?
I'm glad you're asking, by the way. I hope you'll consider staying. She's been with us since the beginning. I think she was our sawbones back then, but now she's more like our commander. She goes and finds people in the wilderness and gets them to come here. And she keeps us from being chewed on and whatnot. She's liable to take your head off if you screw up, but then she'll sew it back on for you.
Oh, how kind.
Oh, Graham settled here a long time ago. Shoot, I wish I had a pamphlet to give you. It's all in there.
The pamphlet?
I wasn't around back then, but they say a lot of the old MSI corporate folks died here. He calls it a spiritual metaphor, something about rising from the ashes. Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Thora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually she's in the triage clinic next door. The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
Nice. Thank you so much. The quartermaster is discovered. Nice, nice.
You meditate today? If not, you should.
Vending machine discovered. Nice, nice. Also nice, plasma launcher. Ooh. It uses energy weapons instead of heavy ammo. That might be a thing. Because I really could use Alright, so that was our welcome.
Everybody here looks wore out. Is it just me?
Workbench? Said workbench discovered. The Iconoclast agitator. Ah, it was a workbench. Good, because I need to repair a bunch of shit. Insufficient weapon parts. Alright. So I need to break down some stuff. Which is fine, because I've got plenty of weapons that could use breaking down. Nope. Oh yeah, let's get rid of that rifle. And let's get rid of you. Okay, now I have. Let's repair. No, apparently not. Okay, I need two more. Nope. Now we've got enough. I like Salvager's Helper. Thank you very much. Repair it. Breakdown. Let's get rid of the telescoping staff. What about armor? I am currently equipped with these two, so yes, let's repair those. And now let's do some modifications, shall we? Let's modify my assault rifle, which I can't do anything with right now. Nice. Tactical shotgun, nothing there. Plasma cutter doesn't do anything because it's already... The current grip is speed grip. Won't do anything there. Nothing. Phew, finally done with work emails and registrations. It's a busy life you lead, Tiny Dragon. Glad to join the Chaos Party. Good evening. Welcome. We just arrived at Amber Heights, which is basically... it's the home of the Iconoclasts, which seem to be some manner of religious order. They were very... my welcome wagon was trying very hard to give me pamphlets, and they don't have them. And I remarked that I think I found the Jehovah's Witnesses of the game. Okay. We found the workbench. A revolutionary.
This armor itches something awful.
Oh, we found a terminal. Let's see what's on here. This is Huxley's terminal. Stay out. That means you. Error. Due to external damage, this device can no longer store more than 4 logs. Please contact your terminal engineer to replace the storage device. Entry limits. Ooh. Is my hack high enough? Nice. That might wind up being a level up. No. So close. Alright, for Dear Diary. Graham taught me how to meditate today. You close your eyes and you breathe in real deep and try not to cough. Then you just listen to yourself. You know how sometimes you'll be hiding from a manta queen and you're trying to be quiet, so you focus real hard on your breathing and you can hear your heartbeat and you think how can this manta queen not even hear me? And all of a sudden you have to sneeze and it reminds you of that time when you were coming back with the delivery and as you were putting it on Zora's table you sneezed and it slipped and a bunch of things broke. Meditating is like that, only you're supposed to think of these things on purpose. Graham calls it, I don't remember what he calls it, Rec-O something. He says it's your own eternal truth bubbling up to the surface, and the things you remember are what you're supposed to focus on and try to improve. When we meditated, I mostly remembered that sitting on rocks hurts. Maybe I'm supposed to toughen up my tailbone. Let's go to the second entry. Zora's really smart, but you know what? Sometimes she can be such a bitch. I was supposed to get some info for her from Cascadia, but I couldn't find a way over without going through some marauders. So I gave up and stopped in at Fallbrook to pick up some supplies instead. While I was there, Chastity dropped in for a few games of whist. She's so cool. She's always playing games there. When I lose bits, I get really upset. I don't have much, so losing what I have, it hurts, you know? But Chastity can drop thousands on a single game and she's fine. Well, sometimes she drinks a bit and slams the table and storms out, but still. Mostly she's cool about it, and I admire that. Anyway, when I got back, Zora yelled at me because I was a little late. Something about medicine not getting here fast enough. Graham just said to try not to lose track of time on my next run, and I promised I would. See, that's how you teach someone. Don't gotta yell and make them feel bad. Today, Zora gave me permission to buy ammunition from Bronson. I don't think I want to, but she said I should just in case. But guns are really loud. I'd rather just run away than shoot one. Still, I'm kind of proud. Zora said it was like a promotion for something I found in the wilderness. I think it's a code for a door, but I'm not sure why it's important. I can't even get near the place without getting attacked. I asked her what a promotion is, and she smiled in a really sad way and told me I shouldn't worry about it. And the final entry. This will be my last entry. Sorry, diary, you've been a very good listener, but our time has come to an end. This terminal was making a horrible beeping noise yesterday, and someone smashed it while I was out, and now I can't save more diaries. Milton can't fix it, and plus he says I should stop coming into his house to write when he's not around. Whoever smashed poor terminal, if you're reading this, suck sulfur! Well, this terminal belonged to somebody named Huxley. And I do not have a high enough lockpick skill for that.
Spacer's choice. It ain't the right choice, it's Spacer's choice.
Okay. Yep. Some guy named Bradford.
Ain't seen you before. You from one of the outer steads or what? Ain't you fancy? Well, I got 2 pieces of advice for surviving the dustbag, friend. 1, don't let the dust get in nothing private. It's like 10% spores by volume. You'll be yanking out fungus by the handful. 2, you can't actually keep the dust out. Always carry antifungals. Sprays work okay, creams are better. You got nothing else? Vodka. In charge? Huh. We're Iconoclasts. Every soul a sovereign power. We do for each other on account of it needing to be done. Not because some fancy-pants manager said to. Now, you want to rephrase that question, maybe ask who's respected hereabouts, I can give you a sensible answer. Every soul here knows to keep a weather eye out. Everyone's lost somebody to the wildlife. That didn't stop Miss Zora from picking a few souls and imposing a schedule. Be here then, leave there later. Downright un-icon... in-icon... Well, it ain't what we do. Take that on top of what happened on the northern expedition. She and Graham are exchanging harsher words than usual. When the Monarchists wanted to settle down and play nice with the board, Graham was the one that took a stand. He's the reason we're here, breathing free air. Zora's our best sawbones. Nearly every soul here owes her their life. She's got funny ways, but they work.
Yeah.
Well, sure. It's on account of how we all work. No iconoclast makes another do as they say just because. You gotta convince them. That Graham and Zora argue all the time just says the process is working. Vigorous intellectual debate. You see?
So basically my grandparents on a daily basis.
Welcome to Monarch. The animals think you're tasty, the fungus thinks your lungs are a great place to plant spores. That ain't enough? Look at the sky. Olympus yanks this moon about like a drunk dancer. Storms to curl your hair and quakes to rattle your brain pan.
All right. Nice. All right. Pressing on. Hi, Tucker. Before I talk to Tucker, I love the design of this settlement. It's pretty cool. Huxley, stay off this machine. I know your terminal's out of storage, but if you break this one, things are going to go tits up around here. Anyone else, as long as you know that what you're doing, go ahead and clear work orders out whenever you can. So we've got 5 unresolved work orders. Let's go with steam coming out of the roof. Description: the pipes on top of my house are going to burst. They're leaking steam. Somehow ought to fix this before they explode or the steam hurts somebody. I've got engineering. Good. Arcing electricity at the bar. Look like sprats chewed through the wires on the side of the bar. I do not have high enough science. I can't fix that. Haven't heard from the Rat House. We ain't heard from the Rat House in a while. Sent Milton over. Ain't heard from him either. Someone needs to go check it out. Let's hack that. Dear Diary. Dear Diary. Ha ha. Hey, Zora. I figured out how to add work orders. Dear Diary. Eat it. Hux. Erase the work order. And medical examiner's residence door sealed. The door to the examiner's residence above the med bay is stuck and completely sealed. Can someone get this thing open? Sure. So the only one I can't fix is the electricity at the bar because I do not have enough science. Level up! Do good things and level up. All right. I might be able to science now. Let's do that. 3. One, 2, and 3. Good. We've got perks. Significantly reduces the weight of consumables. Yes. Let's restore health per kill. I like that. Okay. Let's talk to Tucker now. Oh, wait a minute. I might be able to... I can. Yes. There we go. Now they're resolved.
Carry on. Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger? You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Well, I was expecting like an actual child. But yeah, the Agnes is really my mother, just to the nth degree.
I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades. No matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? I'd hope she'd accept my decision. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Bantosaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
Actually, I'm not going to lie here. I kind of relate. Because I kind of feel a bit with my own mom. She is very, very much like I am 35 years old, and there's sometimes sometimes I'm 10 in her eyes. I don't have a high enough persuade.
Stars, I don't know. My mama's a stubborn woman. She won't quit until I'm dead. You know, that might just work. You go back and tell her you found my body beside the road, all mangled and tore up. If she believes me dead,
she won't look for me no more.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what?
Oh, right. I guess you could take my daddy's ring. I've worn it ever since he died. Mama would recognize it right away. You take this back to Stellar Bay. Tell my mama I died and you found that on my body. I know it'll be hard on her, but it's the only way.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Fine. Absolutely, absolutely, Tucker. I will absolutely do that for you. Because, yeah. All right. Honestly, the same with mine. I remember she called... Yeah. Yeah. I'm 32 and my mom's still treating me like an ignorant child. Yeah. All right, we've got another named NPC here.
Never seen you before.
Oh.
Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. If you can't, get to the bay. I've been halfway around T1. Monarch, they call it now. Been around it twice. Stood at the hot pole and the cold. Nothing on this moon for nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak. A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man ramble? Might be a job in it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. Fella named Lamont introduced me. Thing is, I ain't seen them in an age. Stands to reason they got themselves ate. Mostly we protected folk from the beasts here. If it spat, scratched, or stung, we'd kill it for you. So long as you had the bits. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox. And I've been thinking about seeing it found. I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed. I just want some closure.
All right.
Thereabouts.
All right.
Appreciate it, kid. I'll mark an outpost on your map. You spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key for the door.
Alrighty. Vending machine. Revolutionary. And I do not have that key yet. Okay. So, with that said, let's go back to town because I have a lot of quests to complete there. Dear God. There's a lot of quests. I'm about to get a ton of experience points. We've now gone about an hour, so thank you so much for all of you who are out there joining me this evening and watching me play The Outer Worlds for the first time. This is my viewer's choice playthrough. This is the game that I'm playing as a thank you for helping me reach Twitch affiliates. You guys wanted me to play a game I've never played before, and when I put it to the vote, this was the game that won. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you see, give me a follow. If you're feeling generous, you can throw some bits at me or a sub. But those last two are never, ever, ever required. Very appreciated, never required. I'm just very glad to have your company. So thank you for stopping by and hope you're liking. Hope you're liking. All right, Agnes. All right, Mummy. Oh, thank you, Tiny Dragon. Chin chin.
Oh, you're back. Please tell me you found my baby boy. Where is he? Where's my little Tucker? No, that can't be true. Not my little boy, not my baby. Wait, are you sure it wasn't someone else? Maybe my little boy's all right. How could you know it was him? That's Tucker's ring. His daddy gave it to him and he never took it off since. How did you... No, no, it can't be. He's not dead, not my child, not my sweet Tucker. I promise I'd always look out for him. Take the money. Just please leave me to grieve.
All right. Quest completed.
My dad taught me some French, you know. Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so that quest is done. Let's go to passion pills. God, that Agnes, that just, I'm like, ugh. Ugh. Does. It reminds me so much of my own mother. Ooh. All right. Since I have the key card, patient records. Please enter the name of the patient for whose records you want to view. Caffeinoid allotment standard. Medical engineer notes. Liver damage, probably the result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawal, likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Allotment increased to high. Warning, excessive caffeinoid consumption may lead to side effects such as irritability, fatigue, uncontrollable bowel movements, nausea, and death. So what exactly makes eggs French style, Tiny Dragon? Notes from experiences conducted by Dr. E. Williams. Reactism plus pep you up. I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that is true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It's perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects are most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Notes on bushberry extract and Bilirol. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I awoke some hours later in a pile of my own sick, and a most curious craving for Tilleritos. Notes on Costolarine, triple the dosage. File empty. And then notes on our dear sweet pharmacy lady. 3 works in progress. It's fanfic. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working salt tuna farmer from Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stellar Bay. Chapter 3, A Long Way from Arkansas. You can put your things here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. Breeze from the bay is real nice. Just be careful about mantis swarms. As Abby went to take the room key, her fingers brushed his. He had strong, rough hands, also tuna farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. The passion broker, a renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals, finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. Will he follow his head or heart? Chapter 2, Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Come on up, said the voice on the comm. It was dangerous and smooth in a way that reminded Broderick of iceberg-aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The hair rose along the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to a top-of-the-line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who had manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heater from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eyes that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to Broderick. For me, he asked, trying to ignore the man's smoldering gaze. Indeed, the broker purred. I hear you're a man of bold tastes. Broderick took his glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over darker eyes. That's why I've got a rare proposition for you. The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. And the last one, Work in Progress 3. Clinic of the Heart. A battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic on Monarch to heal his injuries, but when he meets Gale, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Chapter 34, Healing Touch. Fletcher held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear, yet here he remained, at the clinic, with her. He shook his head as if he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. Gale, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium, but I don't know how to leave, not after what we found together. Then stay, she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. I can certainly find a position for you here. Oh, laws, he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. Shh, the only law here is love. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. I will take that mag pick. And I'll take that mag pick. I'd like to describe to this person's AO3. That would be this person's AO3 right here.
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you? Now that can't be. Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth has already exceeded the month's... Oh. Dear me. She does have another dose in her allotment. How did I miss this?
Because I hacked the computer in broad daylight.
My, but you are a doll. Here's Nyoka's caffeinoid, and if I know her, she's probably ready for it by now. Do take care of yourself, dearie.
All right. 21,000 experience points. Hello, Wesker. It's been a while since I've saved, so let's do that.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
Hold on a sec. I want to look something up. Oh! Sprites and routine photography fact. All right. Hold on. I'm just looking something up, and then I will get to you that with the photography fact. Ba-dum. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. So, random photography fact. That was something completely unrelated. So, since I've been working with it recently, and I've been developing it and editing it on my art streams, this type of film, this is called 120 film, this is medium format. I had mentioned that it was for decades, it used to be the universal format for film, right up into the 60s, when 35 millimeter then took over as the standard format. But this size film was invented in 1901. I forget the name of the person who invented it, but he sold his patent to George Eastman, who was the founder and creator of the Eastman Kodak Company, who then continued to popularize it for many decades after. So that is your photography fact. This type of film, 120 film, medium format, can still very, very easily be found today. And it's still it's a lot of fun to shoot with. All right, now back to Nyoka, who wanted the high caffeine pills.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Ooh, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go. Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Yeah, let's put the vicar back on the ship for now. We will get to you.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you.
All right.
So you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
All right. So I had a feeling she was going to wind up becoming the next of our party members because of that quest that they assigned. Several quests tied to her, actually. So now that that's done, let's speak with Velma. Jinkies.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
We spat in your spirits, Velma.
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need? That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
That's twice.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
All right. Almost a level up out of that. So that resolves that. Okay. So let's do the stainless steel rat. Which is in town. Aha! We have found the betting place. I'm gonna save it. Zoinks! Sorry, sec. Ah, we have reached the sports ball betting place.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths. Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out.
Space sports!
Static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Here we go. Level up. I swear, the level up music is just so goddamn epic. All right. Let's add some more points into stuff. We'll keep the leadership at that. And oh, that's right. So Nyoka has oh. Your light armor. Do I have better light armor? I have heavy armor. Big gun, yes. Big throbbing gun. Yeah, let's increase your base health. Always a standard. Second perk. Ooh, I like that. Minus 30% equipped. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Yes, big gun. Big throbbing gun. All right. So, investigate Elijah and his gang. Thank you, Streamlabs. I'll drink up in just a moment. Do I have to go around? Yes, I do.
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences.
Oh.
I appreciate consistent wages.
Oh, I see.
Like any
An
other
explosive
person,
barrel.
That still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends.
Fuck are you?
This ain't...
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley.
No
Heard I
girls
already pissed
allowed.
those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Wrong answer. Oh, but he was so convinced. Yeah. She smashed. I know. Parvati is such a delight. All right. Well, nothing happened. Nothing. All right, so I'll have to meet up with Sanjar. All right. Well, it's time to meet the big cheese.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Ah, you spent it on dick pills.
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff, and some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. I couldn't. What if he says no? Hey, maybe you could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh,
Great.
Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly.
Great.
I'd better get back to work.
I get to play matchmaker. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
All right, I still have to talk to you about
this. Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Yeah, but I haven't gotten there yet.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Okay. All right, Sanjar, let's talk to you.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
I don't get wood from cost savings, sir.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I was gonna say, Tiny Dragon. I'm like, does cost savings like give you a fire in the loins or anything like that? I mean, that just I mean, I'm not sporting any erection.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
I am not.
Oh, a shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg-aged whiskey for an occasion like this.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
I don't... Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious. Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. So taciturn, so dour. I'll be waiting with bated breath. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Ooh.
What can I do for you?
The hell is salt tuna? It's space fish. And why is he so horny? I have no idea. I don't really... Capitalism doesn't make me, you know, randy.
But that's terrible. What happened? But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters. Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Thank you, 500 bits.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Let's see.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But I see you've met Nyoka. Anyone can get you there safely. It's her.
He just wants me out of his bar.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
All right, exposition dump.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1. As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. That's also what I thought. Oh, we were young and bold then. Not unlike yourself. We saw the chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
What? A smart business owner?
Treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Here, here. That may not be the way the colony works, but it damn well oughta.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Applause for humane treatment of human. Yeah.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else. In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind in an act of quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
So basically, you're a capitalist, but you weren't ruthless enough. Got it. Got it. That seems to be the theme of the game. Be a freaking cutthroat, ruthless, hyper super capitalist. But as soon as you show a shred of humanity, nope. Get out. Get out. You suck. As I keep saying, the future that the GOP wants.
But we weren't trying to. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently. Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship. I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here. And who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. What can I do for you?
All right. It's almost like rampant capitalism is bad, actually. Surprised Pikachu face. All right. That was a bit of an info dump. All right, let's go back to Velma at the Saltuna factory.
Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. As soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
Oh, Pavardi, you're
Well,
so
I'll be damned.
adorable.
You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts. This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
All right, so now I gotta...
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer.
Oh, so our betting lady gave me the runaround.
Damn right it is. No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Fair enough. The damn thing's been a headache anyway. Take the poster then.
Thank
If
you.
I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon.
Good.
Something else on your mind?
All right, let's return to our happy-go-lucky security guard that we met at the entrance of this place when we first arrived.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
And that ends that quest. 14,000 experience points. We're almost halfway to level 18. No, they're just falling in love with this town here. All right. Flowers for Sebastian. Whoops, don't want to do that. Where is all right.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
No, I'd rather not.
Sebastian, you ever get your hands on those pheromone sacs? Manipillars ain't gonna hunt themselves, you know.
I must have hunted a dozen, but I couldn't find a single sack on any of them. Must be looking in the wrong place.
Manipillars ain't got pheromone sex. I just told him that so he'd stop asking me for advice.
At least I'm getting a good haul of claws in the process. You're in good hands, traveling with Monarch's top merc. Still, if you want any rat glands or manticlaws, I've got you covered.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days, so I haven't sold much.
In fact, I'm going to see if I can unload some stuff. Let's remove all junk. Lighten my load a bit. Actually, no, the junk was good, and I still have plenty of space to hoard. I'm good. Oh, I wasn't done.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts? Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
I'm just going to go right for the blunt approach.
Nice of you to say. I like her too. And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. But you don't have to butter me up. Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh, no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
Oh no, did you freeze? Did you freeze? God damn it. All right, gonna have to restart. Hold on a sec.